party, and there's still a crowd. Don't turn the music down. Shit be louder than my loud. You better shut your mouth or suck me off. Please don't call the cops. I'm a boss. You are lost. I got the sauce. You know it's hot. Call me Sean Evans. Only time you fuck is your 72 virgins in heaven, bitch. Even as a ghost.
Let's get it. Bitch, let's get it.
Welcome to the Rapcast, episode 6.
Number 6. Count them.
It's a pretty easy number to count. I'm Andrew, a.k.a. Young Jizz, a.k.a. Bluebeard. To my right is...
Andrew, a.k.a. Young Jizz, a.k.a. Bluebeard.
And to my left is Josh, a.k.a. Jay Pacey, a.k.a. PJ Martian.
A.k.a. Bluebeard.
I don't like that you guys are appropriating my name for comedy's sakes. But I'm going to let it slide.
Yep.
Because we have important stuff to talk about today.
Today we're gonna eschew the bullshit. We're gonna cut straight to the truth. Facts, factuals, statements of merit, evidence, logic, reason.
My two favorite rappers, Logic
Yeah.
and Reason.
And number 3, my third favorite rapper, Big Shawnathy.
Big Sean.
Yeah.
He has a new album, Detroit 2, coming out this Friday. At the time of recording, it is Wednesday night. And we've heard a few songs off it by now. The Deep Reverence with Nipsey Hussle, and Harder Than My Demons, I think it's called, which is a shorter one that came out. Pretty sexually charged title there, Harder Than My Demons. Ooh, boy. Interesting. And we have both been on this ride with Big Sean for a little while now.
Yeah.
We've both have listened to his albums, all of them since Hall of Fame, which was like 2013 or 14.
Yeah. We're in eager anticipation of this new project.
I wasn't with him when he dropped that, though. I think I started listening to him when he dropped the Dark Sky Paradise or something. Or that's when I was a fan.
Yeah.
That was the first album that he released when I was already a fan.
For me, it's really foundational. Big Sean, 2013. I got the Hall of Fame. The CD, I picked it up. This is
Who else buys
okay,
CDs?
Kids, this is back when you went to Sunrise Records.
You don't even know what this thing is back here. It's not a poster.
This was before the vinyl craze. This was in the days of CDs. And I picked up Hall of Fame, and it was one of the foundational ones that got me into rap music around that time. And yeah, Big Sean, Hall of Fame. It's not his best album. I would say Dark Sky Paradise is him at the top of his game.
That's my favorite Big Sean album too.
But I think it still bangs.
There's certain songs in it that still go off. I don't think it's aged very well. Like certain songs to me sound very 2013-y. Like I think like First Chain I'm thinking of, and maybe like Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is still a pretty good track. But there's a few even back in the day that I weren't like that crazy about. Let me pull it up on my phone here just to
I need to
get
see
a
this
reference.
track list. Or else
It's been a minute.
The song Fire.
Good. Still a good song. Nothing is stopping you. It's still good.
Yeah, Fire was a always controversial beat choice where they have like this vocal thing that's going on where it's like fire, 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 fire.
That's Miley Cyrus in the music video, I think, for that.
Some people that I've showed the song to were annoyed by that.
Mm-hmm.
That the beat of the song, and it just makes them nervous and they want to skip to the next track. But from 10 to 10 Toyota music to to Beware with Lil Wayne and Jhené Aiko, like some great songs.
Yeah.
And as far as the subject matter goes, like it's and the style of like this is more in the era of like Big Sean rapping in a more conventional style, doing punchline
rap.
Great punchlines in a song like Mona Lisa, like
Mona Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa
Moanin'.
Moanin', got some drinks and some motherfucking... like, the chorus is threesome, trying to have a threesome.
Yeah. Also could be considered annoying to some people. Like, there's some people out there that just can't stand Big Sean.
It is kind of is a little bit cringe, like, or it's, I don't know. Big Sean has always had
There's
this
certain bars that aren't
like lowest common denominator appeal a little bit, where he feels some of his shit was kind of dumbed down. I feel like, especially pre this album that what we're talking about
Hall
right
of
now. Yeah, Hall of Fame. Like, I mainly knew him from the song Ass.
Yeah.
Which was just like, that was back when like it was like peak era of like YouTube people reacting to like terrible pop music and being like, can you believe this? The song, they literally just say ass over and over again. Like, angry nerd
It's
internet.
very much one of those things, a song where you would show your mom and videotape it and then get her reaction and it would get thousands
totally,
of views.
yeah. And then the
that's
video
a lot
with
of
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, a lot of Nicki Minaj songs do that.
People were so scandalized by her for a while. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, it was weird.
Before this album, there isn't really much that I have like on my phone or songs that I like before this album. Even though Detroit 2 is coming out, I've never listened to Detroit. I think there is a song on there with J. Cole that I like, and then that Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay song is okay. I think that's off like Finally Famous. But those are like the only two songs that I can
that
really
song
take.
is a little bit
It's
in
a
the
little
dumbed
much
down
sometimes.
annoying.
Yeah.
Where I was kind of hesitant to actually.
Yeah, and people say like Big Sean has like horny bars or whatever. I mean, so does Lil Wayne. That doesn't mean he's not one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. Like, there's still and those bars, a lot of bars that people claim are corny, to me are like not that corny, or either clever or funny or just not that annoying to me.
Yeah, I mean, there was that one bar where he says like something about like when the stars align, what you do like the planets, and you
plan it out.
Yeah. Or like,
there's certain bars like that.
But it's like, you don't really think about it and read it like without the beat. I feel like a lot of that is when you take the beat and the song away and just read the lyric.
Yeah,
it sounds stupider sometimes
100%.
with Big Sean, because it's fucking music.
But when are you ever listening to a song like that, or when are you ever just going through Genius without listening to the song with it?
Yeah.
Like, if he can pull it off in the song, to me, then that if he can make me forget about or not even realize a bar is corny and still come off as braggadocious and confident in his vocal performance and the beat's still fire and shit, then I don't give a shit. Same case with Gambino and Logic. Like, if their tone is a certain way, if they're rapping in a certain way, then I don't care sometimes. Other times it's obvious, but with Big Sean, I never really found him to be that corny to me personally. But I also understand where people are coming from.
Yeah. No,
I can understand it, but
sometimes
like
he has some stinkers. I mean, like everybody, but
yeah.
But I feel
not
like
perfect by any means.
It does impact the way he's perceived as always being sort of a number 4 or 5 of someone's like list of top 5 rappers in the game or whatever.
If that by now, like maybe in 2015 people were saying that, but like it's been a while since Big Sean has been in the headlines or has been released an album.
I mean, it's going to be interesting if he stays. How long he stays in that conversation people have about top 3 or top 4 or 5 lyricists in the. But I don't know. I haven't really paid that much attention to that whole discussion in like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But when everyone was just saying that its top 3 is J. Cole, Kendrick,
and Drake. That's
Drake,
the universal kind
and Big
of
Sean was
standard.
somehow might have been in that thing at some point in the mix there.
People were arguing for it,
But he's closer to the top than Drake for me, totally.
For me personally, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And we're a 6-based podcast, so don't come after us with pitchforks and.
But I got mob ties in Detroit. Okay.
We have mob ties here.
I got mob ties all across fucking the Great Lakes, bro.
Back to the Hall of Fame real quick. Yeah, songs like Beware are fantastic. Ashley with Miguel is such a good song. Guap I'm not always in the mood for, but it is a good song. All Figured Out,
That was his
World
biggest
Ablaze.
hit from that album.
Yeah, it was.
Was Guap.
Songs to me that are just okay are Sierra Leone, It's Time, First Chain.
Yeah, World Ablaze.
You Don't Know. Some of those ones I can kind of give or take. Or haven't necessarily aged well, but there's still some songs I can go back to on here that are...
But on the point of Ashley,
great.
Like...
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm sold on Ashley, if it's... I don't know, because it's so, like, him trying to do the song, the breakup song and, like, the dramatic thing, and with Miguel showing up and doing the and it's like it's so emotional and shit. Like I don't know if he quite pulls it off, or like at this point in his career he had written less of those serious songs that it but I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you feeling what I'm saying at all or not?
I never really paid that any mind. I just kind of listened to the song. I'm like, oh, it's a good song. I never really thought of it as like if I ever was broken up with or whatever, I wouldn't just turn to that song and be like, okay, this is going to be my breakup song. I don't think. I never listened to it for those reasons. I listened to it because Miguel on the hook killed it. The beat is good. Big Sean has a good flow on it. Says some good stuff. I never really... I never listened to it like that, which might be dumb of me.
I don't know why that opinion just came to me when I was looking at the track list. Like,
yeah,
because I feel like he wrote better relationship-centered music as his career went on.
Yeah.
Like, Big Sean, you really see the progression, and our whole theory about rap albums and the progression and decline that usually happens. And this is definitely, a stepping stone to Dark Sky Paradise, which came out 2015.
Mm-hmm. And also, I don't think, last point on Hall of Fame, I don't think any of these songs sold me on Big Sean. I think it was a song called First Quarter Freestyle, which he had dropped around that same time that I heard. I saw the music video for. I'm like, oh, I'm going to check him out. And then from there.
For me, it was his verse on Click.
Boy,
not Click.
Mercy?
Mercy, yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's a great verse.
Which at first I was...
That ass shake.
When the first time I listened to it, I hadn't got into Big Sean yet, but I was into Kanye and 2 Chainz and Pusha and everyone else on that song.
Yeah.
And I considered his verse to be the worst one.
Yeah.
And it probably still is the worst one, but that's more just a testament to how great everyone else's verses are. I actually don't think Big Sean's verse is bad.
No.
It's just comparatively his whole thing about Katy Perry and Perrier Water and...
Yeah, I guess it would be the worst, but I do
make
love...
that ass shake, it's an ass quake.
I love that verse, though. That's the thing. Because 2 Chainz kills it, Pusha, it's Kanye. Yeah, everyone kills it.
No, it's still a good verse, but it's less quality than the rest of him.
I suppose.
So that's part of why I was hesitant to actually get into Big Sean. But when I saw that his verse on Click is very good.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of sold me more. Because, at the round of the time of the Cruel Summer album coming out was when I was starting to get really keen on new releases.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was so many rappers I was interested in were involved, so...
Yeah.
That's what kind of got me on Big Sean.
So now, with Dark Sky Paradise, I'm looking through the track list here. Is there really any big misses on this album?
No, it's an impeccable fucking album.
Maybe Research with Ariana Grande and Platinum and Wood, but those are bonus songs. So, and even the Party Next Door song I like, called Deserve It. But the rest of this album is they're all great songs.
It's really crazy how how much he steps up his game from Hall of Fame to Dark Sky Paradise.
Do you think it's weird though that he had an album called Dark Sky Paradise while Kanye had an album called My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? Do you have an opinion on that?
I think there's definitely the influences. You can read on the Wikipedia page about how he was influenced by Kanye, and they were working closely together. So it doesn't surprise me, but I don't think Kanye owns the word dark.
I'm just saying because there have been people in the past that have compared this album to this is My Dark Beautiful Twisted Fantasy, even though it's not. Comparing those 2 albums are not even come close. That's to me those albums don't come close. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
And to me, Dark Sky Paradise doesn't really have a concept.
Yeah, no.
It's just a fire album from start to finish.
Yeah, just quality songs.
There's no skits, I don't think, right?
No. Dark Sky, intro, Blessings with Drake.
Blessings
with Kanye.
was the biggest hit.
That was the one that really okay, I'm excited about this album. I remember when I first saw that video with Kanye in it too. That was crazy.
Yeah, and that one was going off with people that aren't even that into rap, but they just the Drake really made it, really pushed it to the, and I feel like that's a good example of using the Drake feature.
Yeah, we could talk about a whole thing of just Drake elevating artists' careers completely.
But
and
sometimes,
giving them their
in an
biggest songs
example
ever.
like Block Boy JB with his song with Drake,
Yeah.
it's like they weren't really quite big enough to have their Drake feature and get enough out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like
a little too early on to get it.
You don't want to be too small of an artist having
Yeah.
a Drake feature.
Yeah, someone like Lil Durk on the newest song would benefit greatly from that. I think that's going to do wonders. Even though he's been around for a while.
And there's a lot of, talk in the rap game of that using it as an insult of like you wouldn't be anything if you hadn't had that one Drake feature on your one song.
Yeah.
And it is true about
for certain artists,
about how
I think Big Sean would
Drake spreads the money around just by lending his voice for lending like a sick hook to a song that's like,
As much as Blessings is a great song and Drake did his thing on it, Big Sean would have been fine without this feature too.
I know, and that's
the thing. Big Sean is an established enough artist, and he's worked with like Kanye and 2 Chainz and a bunch of these other infamous people that he didn't need that Drake feature. But
because
it probably did sell the
I Don't Fuck With You was
album.
as big of a hit. Well, not quite as big but people were singing "I Don't Fuck With You" a lot.
Yeah, that was huge.
And that one, I mean, E40 was the smaller artist or less well known artist than him.
Yeah, is a veteran, but less well known.
But yeah, as far as mass appeal goes, but yeah, he can carry his own on the album as well. Like, it's fucking fire.
All Your Fault. We were talking about that yesterday. How that might be one of my favorite Big Sean tracks. I mean, with the help of Kanye, obviously.
Paradise is the one where he really.
That one, yeah.
That's where you start to really see him elevate his lyricism as well.
Yeah,
like,
that's when I'm like, okay, he can fucking spit. Like, holy shit, that song still to this day is
like walking in, I got cameras on me, like like that's what I was talking about last week a little bit with his just like he's on his own. He's in his own head with these
flows sometimes.
Flows that like the beat doesn't.
It's almost too fast for his own good. Like,
yeah, man, this song's crazy.
Stay Down is a really good one. I like that a lot. I Know with Janako. I talked about that last week. That's an earworm song for me a little bit.
I mean, yeah, you can just go through the rest of them.
Deep.
They're all fire.
One Man Can Change the World. Outro. Yeah, come on. If you haven't listened to Dark Sky Paradise, that's the one Big Sean album you need to listen to, I think.
And just as far as his like subject matter goes, like he talks a lot about the virtues of hard work.
Yeah, especially on the intro.
Talking
about skyscrapers and shit.
Relationships. Needing to take time to meditate, and
he has those braggadocious "fuck you" songs. A little bit of everything on this album.
Yeah, like I feel like Hall of Fame. It's more punchlines and brag raps, and and him trying to dabble in different types of songs, like with Ashley, as well. But this one, it's a lot more seamless. Of like,
yeah, you can tell he's been locked in, kind of honed in his craft a little more.
Yeah, there's at least like 9 songs that would go off in the club from this album, like
9, eh?
Or
maybe in our perfect scenario of a club. I don't know if they're gonna play some of these songs at a club.
I mean, like Deep, Stay Down. I don't know.
I would love to hear those 2 songs at a club, but that
Blessings.
won't happen. But yeah, no, there's
maybe 4 or 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that was I decided, I guess, after that 2016.
Yeah, I mean, in between there was the 2088 album, which
2088 album.
We'll have a whole podcast where we
can talk about that too.
2088. I mean,
that's a great album. I like that a lot. Him and Janae.
Yeah, that album's fire.
There've been rumors of having a second one, and I'm all here for it.
Maybe when 2088 2 comes out, we'll have the full-on breakdown. I mean, I don't really have much to say about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have a lot. We could just talk about it now.
It's cool, the one song talk show, how they get...
yeah.
They have, like, this whole... They interweave this whole thing of, like, a dramatic talk show moment where the couple breaks up, or
they have like, the audience like gasping
live
reaction
in front of it.
To it. Like, it's...
And they have, like, verses where they explain their side of the argument. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing too complicated of an album. It's only 8 songs, kind of like almost like a glorified
their voices, EP. Like, they just mix well.
Yeah.
With
Janae can fucking sing her heart out.
And Big Sean's not a bad singer either.
No, especially accompanied with Janae, like their voices actually together singing the same shit. His deep voice goes well with hers. Yeah, there's I like pretty much every song on this one.
Um,
Nothing in the no like crazy features or anything, but they don't need
in
it.
between that, wait, wasn't there a fucking? Oh no, yeah. Then I decided.
Yeah, that's 2017, early 2017.
So I decided. Yeah, it's pretty good as well.
I'd probably put it just above Hall of Fame for me.
I would say, yeah, it's a slight regression. It's not
a little bit.
It doesn't have quite the everything that the last one has.
Mm-hmm.
Part of it for me, the concept part of it doesn't work as much for me with the skits and the whole story line that the it for me, like this album, when you're listening to it, I skip all the if there's like a 20-second thing at the end of the song where there's something about like some old guy talking about how he regrets every decision he made in his life.
That's on the intro, which I don't have on my phone because I got rid of that because I didn't want to hear it, because the rest of the album didn't really have anything to do with it. I feel like it was kind of you try to force kind of a story to overall the album is just
I feel
full
like the concept was not very
songs.
well developed.
Yeah. You could have, if you really wanted to go full concept, you could have done a way better job.
But I like the songs themselves.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
And like a song like Halfway Off the Balcony,
great song.
is kind of a
Halfway on the balcony.
That's one that kind of is sort of fits into the concept part of the album, because there's like voicemails and like sounds of, there's all kinds of sound effects, and it's like a dramatic moment of a peak of the album. That's sort of
and then there's other songs like Bounce Back and Moves and No Favors with Eminem that are just him rapping, him barring out, him doing like a more party kind of lit song that don't have anything to do with any sort of story at all, or don't try to do anything like that.
I don't know if that was an indictment of the concept itself, or
you should either go full. You could, to me, like
you don't want concept, or just do a pop.
You don't want to half-ass the concept. Like, I'm okay with doing concept albums that don't shove it down your throat the whole time, like fucking Everybody by Logic or whatever. But I also don't want albums like this where it's like, teasing a little bit of some sort of storyline, but then not doing anything with it. And then you're like, okay, well, why do you even have that there in the first place? Just make an album full of songs. And then just the song
Moves starts playing.
Yeah,
it's like,
okay,
sex game got ass blowing me up.
Yeah, exactly. Jumping Out the Window, I like too. The Light with Jeremiah. Oh Me, I talked about last time. Same Time, Part 1 is another 2088 song.
I also like how Bounce Back is an example of... That's where that was the biggest hit off of the album, and it was just him. Yeah. No, didn't rely on any kind of feature. So I think that was very important for his career, to prove himself that he can have his number one be just off of his own energy.
None of these songs were as big as a lot of the stuff on Dark Sky Paradise. Or even Hall of Fame, even. Like, Bounce Back and Moves didn't go nearly as high up on the charts. I'm assuming. I don't know the charts fucking off my fucking heart. But
that rings true when you say that. I didn't really think about that, but...
Because even songs like 10 to 10, I think, were bigger than Bounce Back and Moves, no?
His fame was probably bigger in 2015 than it was in 2017.
Yeah.
I think that can be said.
Yeah, I think so.
But as far as just his core fans and hip-hop fans in general, like,
Nick
Bounce Back was still a big
album.
hit. Like,
I
was hearing that one on the radio a lot.
They're still hits, but not as big as some of his older stuff.
It's not as big as Blessings.
Yeah. Even Sacrifices by Migos was a pretty, I heard that a few times as well, out and about, which is still a good song.
Yeah, I don't really like that song too much.
Really? I like that one.
There's good parts to it, but I feel like maybe it just suffers from the Migos thing of
sounding the same.
When you feature Migos, you have to...
You make a Migos track.
The song ends up being way longer because you have 4 verses.
Yeah, I guess it is almost a 5-minute song. But...
it goes on too long. I don't really like the song Sunday Morning
Me
Jetpack.
neither. I was about to say. That one and Bigger Than Me aren't the best. Bigger Than Me I like a little more than Sunday Morning Jetpack. But yeah, a little preachy.
Yeah. Voices in My Head / Stick to the Plan.
I like that one.
I like the song itself, but like because it's like jammed up into one song and there's sort of like half songs.
It
doesn't really work as just to listen to it casually.
There's that weird thing. The beat switch is really weird in that where it's like stick to the plan. It's kind of a weird like transition into a beat.
Yeah, well, the one beat like slows down and then the other one starts.
Which I guess is kind of cool in that own way, but it's not really a conventional beat switch that you would think of.
Yeah, it's you understand why it's not doesn't go
not
off.
The best.
It doesn't go off the way that Dark Sky Paradise does.
Or like a fucking what was that? DNA Kendrick Lamar. Like that's an immaculate beat switch. Like.
Yeah, I mean, beat switches. They are a fucking. That could be a whole podcast itself about the all times.
I don't want to do that one. The whole podcast, hour long, of just talking about beat switches. I don't know if I want to do that necessarily.
Okay, I was being hyperbolic.
Yeah.
Fucking nerd. I'm quitting the podcast.
Yeah, not much more to say about this one. I mean, this was his last big album. And it seems so long ago that like all these songs are so old to me.
Oh, No Favors. I thought that was an interesting one
with Eminem
because his verse is, I think, better than Eminem's.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, he really goes off on
agree.
It, which you expect to like, and he gives Eminem more time on the song.
Yeah.
And you'd expect, because this was the era of Eminem, his like third or fourth like renaissance where he came
this
back.
Was kind of around a revival, or what was that song? Not a revival, the really shitty one that everyone hated.
Yeah.
Was that called Revival?
Yeah, that was the album with like the American flag on it and shit.
Yeah, had Ed Sheeran all over it.
And this was peak Resistance Eminem with where he's like, Trump's a bitch.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, around 2016, 17, yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. A lot of his verse on his verse on.
Yeah, I remember you not liking that verse as much as I did. I don't really like it either, and like especially now, like after I've given it time, it's not that great of a verse, honestly. But I remember at the time, even you were like, "Yeah, I don't like this Eminem verse."
I mean, he has this whole thing where he goes off about Ann Coulter, where he's like, "Fuck Ann Coulter with a plant holder and a plant holder and a fucking plant throw."
Yeah.
And fucking.
I mean, that's the thing about that song
it was
that
just really random.
You wouldn't get
Eminem just drops these random references and it just seems like verbal diarrhea a lot in that era of him.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing is, you wouldn't get that good of a Big Sean verse if Eminem wasn't on that song. Because I'm sure Eminem being on that song made Big Sean go harder.
Yeah, that improves it to me.
So in a way, like you have to credit Eminem for making a very good Big Sean verse on that song.
Damn good.
It wouldn't have been nearly as good of a song if it was just Big Sean on there. But would you rather have a song that's No Favors that is without Eminem with a little bit lesser of a Big Sean verse, or this great Big Sean verse with a lackluster Eminem verse?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think they should take Eminem's verse out of the
song. No, I'm
song.
saying they should.
But I'm just trying to comment on
3 years, everyone. Take it off.
On how, I don't know, with I Decided you saw a slight decline in certain respects.
And then even after that with the Metro Boomin
it's not like he lost it or anything.
No.
And I think that he still has the capability to put a great project out.
And the very last project we heard of him was the Metro Boomin collab, Double or Nothing, which to me was even more of a fall from grace. The song Pull Up and Wreck, the Go Legend song with Travis Scott, maybe the song Who's Stopping Me, maybe Big Business with 2 Chainz. That's like it. Like the rest of it is not that great or just mediocre at best. So that was kind of like, oh, okay, well, he put out 2 albums this year, and they're both not as good as Dark Sky Paradise, and it seems like he's kind of treading in a not exactly the right direction I want him to be going down. Not that I had a direction I wanted him to go down necessarily. But I think that's why I'm excited about Detroit 2 as much as I am, is because it's been like 3 years almost exactly since he's released a project. He's taken his time with this shit.
Yeah, I don't know if like I don't want to draw too many conclusions from Double or Nothing not being good, because it's sort of a compilation kind of album. It's
a collab tape. You didn't put as much into it, for sure.
It's more of a teamwork thing where I don't know. I also didn't really listen to it, but I like the song "Pull Up and Wreck."
Yeah,
so,
that's a great song. Go Legend with Travis Scott is hard as fuck too.
That's the question that we're coming on now, where we've heard 2 new Big Sean songs. What did you think about the Demons in My
Pants.
Harder Than My Demons?
Yeah, Harder Than My Demons.
Demons in My Pants.
That's a song I would make.
You really have a weird sexual thing for demons.
I mean, hey man, it's demon time all the time for me. That's a thing now, right? Demon time. I'm too much of an old head for that.
Old head.
The point is, Harder Than My Demons. I think it's good. It's short. It's sweet. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It kind of has the same fault that Deep Reverence has, where I think he tries to switch up his flow too much, and not every flow he does on the song really works. I remember at least one time in that song, I've only listened to it like once or twice. I remember one time in that song where he did like some flow where I'm just like kind of like not cringing, but kind of just like, I don't know if he can pull this off, and then he switches it soon after that, so it doesn't really matter, you know. Like that's kind of a trend I've seen with both of these songs, is that he switches up his flow almost too much to an extent. I still like both of the songs though.
Yeah, I mean, when you said that, it just made me think about how we were talking about Paradise from the song Paradise from that album.
Yeah.
And how that's really the best example of him going crazy with a really fast flow, but he's actually right there in the pocket of the beat.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, the memes of
the whole thing of
the fire and someone's face going.
The whole thing is good.
But these other ones, these newer ones. Yeah, sometimes it just sounds like he's really trying to pull something off.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that he's like trying to push the flow game into new.
Yeah, for sure.
Worlds.
I'm not mad at it.
And I think that they're. Like he could strike gold with some completely new style that like
sure.
So yeah, why not? Like I support him, totally. But it's not always gonna. Sometimes you'll have to listen to it a few more times.
Yeah.
And maybe the flow will start to sound like it's not unexpected in your brain, so you vibe with it better after a while.
And you have to hear it in the album too, I think, to an extent. Because a short song like this doesn't really do anything for me right now, but within the album, it might make more sense.
I want to be really fair to him because, you know. But, and just as far as subject matter goes, like.
Yeah, I'm looking up the lyrics to this song right now. I thought there was a bar that I wanted to talk about, but. Three-way. Yeah, no, I guess. I thought there was like a bar where he mentioned like self-love or like meditation kind of shit, but that was kind of.
Yeah,
a little iffy, but I can't seem to find it right now. That's kind of
what we're getting at here is that it seems to be a big theme of the subject matter of his new music.
Mm-hmm.
Is all this like self-help shit about what you need to do and what you got to do, and I mean he's always had a strong message of like about the virtues of hard work and waking up and grinding and getting there and like.
And now with Janae as an influence on him too, which isn't the first time because they've been kind of off and on for years now, but now that they seem to be really a thing again, I can see that. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of this music on here or a lot of the lyrics have to do with that. I don't know if I'm.
Sometimes it like falls flat.
I'm okay with that. I mean,
self-help stuff falls flat a lot of the times.
But yeah, it has a danger of doing that.
Because it's just like I don't know. I don't want.
Can you really be mad about him?
I don't want to listen to a song where someone's just reminding me to drink water and get sleep.
Yeah,
a lot. Like this is just fucking ASMR shit. Yeah. I'm just like.
But I mean, that's the kind of age-old question with rap is that would you rather have these rappers actually happy but making music that you don't like as much, or would you rather have them suffering but making way better music? Like it's a very.
I want them to die.
It's a weird
on
dichotomy.
Drugs,
that's the thing.
Writing the best music ever fucking made.
That's what I used to want. That's what I used to say about Mac, and then I felt really bad when it did happen because I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I wanted to go back to kind of Faces shit during like Divine Feminine. I'm like, yeah, go back to the Faces type of shit, and then obviously with that, I'm like, well, you know, obviously I didn't mean it like legitimately. It's a thing I just said. Like,
that's a very interesting moral thing because it is on some level. We're all participating in some Satanist ritual of like watching the artists like their life spin out and you know we're all watching them die and like being like, yes, feed on their energy.
Yes.
So yeah, it is kind of
Like
fucked
a
up.
classic album, you know. Same thing can be said with Kanye and his madness. Like,
But you can have a dramatic life or a completely calm, normal life and write fucking beautiful music. Like it doesn't.
yeah. And Max showed us that whatever he made was amazing. So it didn't
for
matter.
him, I feel like when he was off drugs, his music was even better than when I liked it when his shit when he was on drugs as well.
Yeah.
But when he got off them,
Yeah.
it was good. It was
because
good, but just in a
that gave
different
us
way.
that gave us Good AM and Divine Feminine and even Swimming to an extent.
He wrote good music that was a lot about self-care and
yeah.
It's you can write music about just wisdom of like life and that is not like condescending self-care shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I hope that it doesn't ruin this new Big Sean album or I'm curious to see where he goes with it.
Well,
that'd be funny if he went back to 2013 punchline style.
Yeah.
He was just like, my dick is so big.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I'll say about these two singles is that if this is like the best what the album has to offer, I don't know if it'll end up being that great. But I think just looking at the track list, there's going to be some great shit in here.
Damn, I gotta find that track list.
Okay, I'll start going through it a little bit here. 21 songs, a little, that's a pretty hefty album. But there's a few interludes, it seems, on here too at the same time. First song, Why Would I Stop? It seems like he has a lot of songs like that. There's Who's Stopping Me? The other one on fucking Hall of Fame, Nobody's Stopping You or some shit. And now it says Why Would I Stop? So he's done a few of those now.
It's a theme.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, he's from Detroit. It's a city of like everyone works in like the auto industry, and it's the song 10 to 10 is like
a lot of his shit's about grinding, which that makes sense.
I mean, I like his his lessons about hard work and shit.
There's Lucky Me, Deep Reverence with Nipsey Hussle, which we've heard. Wolves featuring Post Malone. That could be
feature.
That could be huge for him.
Speaking I wonder how they're gonna blend on a song.
Yeah,
together.
I don't know. I'm curious.
Is he gonna do the warble voice?
Yeah, probably. Speaking of body positivity and fucking bettering yourself, the song "Body Language" with Ty Dolla $ign and Jhené Aiko, I think is gonna be all that.
Oh, man, that song is gonna be.
But I think I'm gonna fuck with. I mean, Ty Dolla $ign and Jhené Aiko, I like them both.
Big
so
Sean's gonna hop on and be like, "Oh, I put oil all over my body and I get a massage.
Nobody can stop me.
Nobody can stop me. I'm getting a massage and I'm getting a full facial.
Yeah,
and
it goes through every body part
on
Body Language.
And I live in a mosque.
Then there's a Story by Dave Chappelle, so it's a little interlude by Dave Chappelle. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, that's gonna be hilarious, I think.
Or I think it'll be real as fuck. I don't know if it's going to be like fun. I think it's going to be more...
Dave Chappelle's not going to just not be funny.
Well, that's the thing is that I think it's going to be more in the tone of... what was his last special about the...
racism?
George Floyd thing.
Yeah.
It's like 1024 or some shit like that.
847.
Yeah, something like that. I think it'll be more in that vein.
Don't disrespect.
Yeah, no, I think we'll be talking about real shit.
Harder Than My Demons.
We've heard it.
Everything That's Missing with Dweller.
I don't know who that is. ZTFO, what could that stand for? Zoot the fuck out or something?
Zooted the fuck out.
Yeah. Zen the fuck out. It might be Zen.
Zen the fuck out.
Oh, man.
That's what it is.
Fuck. If I'm right, someone owes me a Coke. Someone owes me a line of Coke, if that's right.
Or it's Zoom the fuck out, and it's about the quarantine.
No, we're going to put on this album, and it's going to start with like, all right, now everyone take a big breath, take a deep breath in.
The whole thing's going to be a yoga session. That's the thing. I mean, are we going to hate on Big Sean for doing that? Well, Jhené Aiko has done the exact same thing, and we both like Shalombo.
She's a girl.
Okay.
It's okay to be spiritual.
All right.
Okay. Yeah,
I guess to be fair, we're expecting that with Jhené Aiko. With Big Sean, we expect a little more than that. Guard Your Heart, Anderson .Paak, Early Mac, and Wale. I see Anderson .Paak. I have high hopes already. Don't know who Early Mac is. Wale is all right. Respect It with Young Thug and Hit Boy. That'll be a bop.
Oh, I was wondering about this one, Lithuania with Travis Scott. How is Lithuania gonna factor into this song? is it gonna be I got a white bitch from Lithuania?
Part of this song leaked from Travis Scott's camp. I heard a part of it. I don't remember. But
is it gonna be
we'll
about
find out.
communism?
I'm gonna say a maybe. That's a hard maybe for me.
Fingers crossed.
All right.
This whole album's about communism.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Full Circle, Key Wayne, and Diddy. Diddy's on here. That's pretty big. Time In featuring 2088. I'm looking forward to that. I like that he's having a theme of kind of on his past few albums having just 2088
Janae shows
on
up on every album.
Yeah. And Big Sean's on Chilumbo as well a bunch of times too. Or I guess the one time.
Fuck it.
Story by Erykah Badu. I'm here for it. Feed. The Baddest. Dawn Life featuring Lil Wayne. Yes, Lil Wayne and Big Sean have a history of going off together.
That's placed like right where the Lil Wayne song from Dark Sky Paradise is, like third or fourth to the.
This one's big. This one is big. Friday Night Cypher featuring T Grizzly, Cash Doll, Cash Kid. All these Cashes on here. Payroll, 42 Doug, Cashew. No, I'm joking. Boldy James, Drego. I think I'm saying that right. Sada Baby, Royce da 5'9", and Eminem.
And Cash.
And just there'll be a bunch of there'll a bunch of Cash in the music video, I'm sure. This
and Cassius Clay
is what was that song? Detroit versus Everybody, where they kind of did this thing.
This is Detroit versus Everybody on crack.
Yeah, this could be
literally
crazy, man.
I mean, this is like, how do they even? How long is this song gonna be?
This is one of the biggest posse cuts we've seen in a long time.
It's gonna be a 13 and a half minute song.
Yeah, like goddamn.
I'm very excited for this.
And then
Eminem's gonna be the last. I feel like at the end they're gonna cut the beat, and Eminem's gonna go a cappella for 15 minutes.
Oh man, it's gonna be some like Trump shit. It's gonna be awful. Ruin the song.
No, but it'll still be crazy as well, but also cringy at the same time. It'll be everything.
Yeah,
I have high hopes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Story by Stevie Wonder. Another little story there. Still I Rise with Dom Kennedy. Interesting ending. Having a song outro with a feature. But
a lot of features.
A lot of good ones. Some unknown people that could wow me, but
yeah, man. I think it's gonna be a fire fucking
Detroit 2.
3 stories.
Yeah.
Maybe
3 little interludes.
Maybe the stories will ruin it. Who knows?
If so, I just delete them off my phone, and then it'll still be a bunch of good collective album of good songs.
I'm already coming up with reasons to say that it was trash.
Okay.
I'm already.
That's coming out on Friday, and we'll be here next week. Or well, maybe not next week, but we'll be here at some point. Yeah. Because I am moving back to Toronto, so the Rapcast will probably be less frequent than it is now. But all that means is that we'll have more interesting shit to talk about instead of talking about Big Sean for 43 minutes straight. Yeah, that was a big segment.
Okay, you're moving. Fine. Move. I'll just stay here.
You can do the Rapcast with Josh.
Yeah. All right, Josh.
That's going to go downhill real fast.
It'll just be you guys talking about Brockhampton for 3 episodes straight.
Oh, we'll finally get into the mere discussion.
Yeah.
Dude.
And yeah, probably we'll switch up locations a few times too, you know.
Here we go. We'll just talk about Illmatic because I finally heard it for the first time this last week. So we'll just have 3 episodes about talking about how good Illmatic is.
Maybe little mini episodes here and there. But we're gonna move on because we still have one more topic at least to get to. Probably don't need to talk about this for too long anyway. Came out recently that ASAP Ferg may no longer be a part of the ASAP clan, ASAP group. I think it was ASAP Ills that said that, and my first reaction when you told me yesterday, I'm like, who the fuck is ASAP Ills? I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, I don't who are these ASAP
I think
guys?
ASAP Ills is like one of the founder guys or whatever, but this is the first time I'm fucking hearing of him.
I don't even understand really quite what ASAP is.
It's not like a TDE or a Dreamville of like a label of artists. It's just a crew like
that has
rappers.
Really
on it.
Only 2 famous.
And
rappers.
Playboy Carti is kind of ASAP.
Okay.
Apparently, is what I've read.
But Rocky is the most famous.
Rocky and Ferg are the big
Ferg
boys.
is the little brother.
Yeah.
But he's famous in his own right.
Yeah.
I mean, that song, fucking whatever it's called.
Slobba Me Knob song, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Plain Jane was a big hit.
No, he, if this is true, A$AP Ferg could be on his own and he could be fine.
Is he just going to be Ferg?
I suppose. Fergalicious, maybe.
I mean, what's Fergie from Black Eyed Peas going to have to say about this? What's her lawyers going to have to say?
Ferg x Fergie. I'm okay with that.
Okay, yeah. But the point is, A$AP Ferg is a better name than Ferg.
And,
it's not like YBN Corday, where he's actually probably better off without YBN.
I think it was also A$AP Bari, who, I mean, it's fuck A$AP Bari because he's a rapist. Who's somehow he's still in the group. He also mentioned that
they might have been
he was
trumped
out.
Up rape charges. I'm not sure if
no, he admitted to it.
Oh, okay.
He admitted his guilt. As far as I know, I could be completely wrong, but that's what I've heard. I think it was A$AP Bari that said that's true. That like Ferg's washed, he's trashed. We're not going to do anything with him.
Yeah, I don't.
Which is like,
I was
can you
baffled
just say
to see that?
Like he ain't washed.
A$AP Rocky A$AP Ferg is fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people didn't like the new song with him and Wayne because he was doing a drill thing, but that's just a kind of a novelty song to me. That's not like his newest big single from his album. Like that's not not like a big deal. I think.
I don't understand.
And then I think it was today. One of the other A$AP Ants or some shit went on Twitter. I was like, "No, that shit's just that's all fake news or whatever. Families fight all the time or whatever." But clearly, there's some turmoil going on in the A$AP camp, and we also haven't heard from Rocky in like 2 years. Last time we heard from him was Babushka Boy, which was like early 2019.
Oh, yeah.
And it was apparently that was going to be on an album called All Smiles, which was apparently supposed to come out last year, but didn't. So there might be a whole.
Fuck yeah, I forgot about that.
There might be a whole. I don't know what's going on in the A$AP camp right now, but figure it out or sign me. I'll say that. One of the two.
It's probably Smokey Margella.
Yeah, Smokey's behind all this. He infiltrated the camp and is just running things himself.
One 14-year-old boy.
Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
Smoko Ono.
Smoko Ono.
Yeah.
Jointo.
I think Ferg will be fine if he does go off. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of unclear if that's what's going to happen. So the future of A$AP is teetering on collapse. That's what I'm going to title the podcast.
Yeah. Is this it for A$AP?
Yeah, I'm going to do some clickbait shit like I always do. Yeah.
Always strive and prosper.
Yeah.
Always? Question mark?
I'll just call this episode Always ? Yeah, interesting to see what Rocky has to say. Interesting to see how this is going to go. I still am fiending for more Rocky, so because I'm a big Rocky fan.
Dude,
I haven't really gotten to
inject
Ferg
it
that
straight
much.
into my veins.
You've listened to that one of his albums at least, right, Ferg?
Yeah. He's on a lower level than A$AP Rocky artistically, in my opinion, but he still delivers hits,
and it's unique to his own right.
And just his style and his like ad libs that he does.
Yeah,
he's always a welcome.
And those cozy tapes
feature.
are pretty good too. Both of those are pretty good.
I like the cozy tapes.
First one better than the second one, but it is what it is.
Yeah, totally. And the cozy tapes do a good job of like having the A$AP crew utilized and Playboy Cardi and Smokey Margella, these other guys, and also just other friends like Lil Yachty,
Q, Big Sean.
Other people just show up for like a little feature here.
Tyler.
And there.
Yeah, it's fun shit.
I mean that's awesome. Bring back the cozy tapes.
Yeah, that's I think where we're at that. There is a little bit of new music to get to, but really not a lot. Let me pull it up here. You guys talk about something for a sec.
Yeah. Again, like I said, heard Illmatic for the first time last week. And I listened to it twice, and I still feel like I need to listen to it a bunch more times just to figure out everything that he was saying, because there's a lot in it.
Yeah, man.
And it's you can definitely tell like this was a pillar of like what rap would become. There's like you can see so much of like the seeds of what became modern rap now. It's crazy. It's like the genesis or whatever.
I mean,
insane.
It's fucking dope.
Yeah. The first song that like grabbed me on the initial listen, because it usually takes a couple like listens for something to grab me, but upon the first listen, it was New York State of Mind. The bars in that are insane.
I mean, I never sleep because sleep is the cousin of death.
That's some real shit. That's crazy. And
when I was working night shift, man, that lyric gave my life meaning.
Yeah, I can imagine like just like working the night shift or like just heading downtown at night, just listening to that. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
Back to
classic 90s hip hop. It is great for background shit at like a social gathering, and Illmatic has a couple songs like that which are dope for that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Well, 6ix9ine's been in some hot water, I think. That's where I am. I'm not one of you fucking old heads out here. Y'all are fucking 24. Fucking Jesus,
24,
man.
okay,
Just
but
die
I'm
already.
educated.
Just die already.
Wow.
New songs that came out last week. Black Thought, Killer Mike, Pusha T song. Thoughts?
Fire.
Yeah, it's fire, the whole thing. I'm kind of annoyed by Swizz Beatz a lot of the time, because his voice I don't really like that much, and the chorus is just, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm like, all right, that's not, if you're screaming at me, it's not going to be that great of a morning, honestly, Swizz. But
I
Pusha
agree.
T,
Swizz is a little
much sometimes.
sometimes.
But Pusha brings it. Killer Mike brings it. Black Dog brings it.
Killer Mike has like a funny joke in his
I only listened to the song like once or twice. I don't remember much
can't
about
remember
it.
what the fuck it is, but he.
I know it was fire as fuck.
I wish you remembered it, because I wouldn't have brought it up if I didn't specifically remember what it is. But yeah, Black Thought, I've never actually listened to his independent music, but I saw his like freestyle he did on.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
you were big on showing me that and showing people that, because that was crazy good.
Yeah, and I was like, this guy's amazing, but never actually dug into his discography at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I hope we get a new Pusha T album.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? Daytona was great, but there was only 7 songs.
Yeah. This Killer Mike
I'm
verse.
hungry.
Killer Mike verse was still eating raw meat and barely could light fires before we ever saw cocaine. We civilized Spain. Not the first black man in the Mediterranean. If you're lying to impress, he was just insane. Disdain of an old shit stain. Is that it? I look at you with the disdain of an old shit stain. That's pretty fire.
I don't know if that's the one, but that is a funny bar.
Yeah. These Trump rappers rap about the shit they cop. When I cop at my block, shit don't stop. I'm the official, unofficial mayor of my city. Learned my lessons from the crack trap, the school of high thoughts. Push the D like Pusha T, and kept my mind black thought. That's a fucking bar.
Yeah, I love it when the feature shouts out the other people that are
and
on
does
the
it in a
song
cool
with
way. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that song is fire. Listen to that. I also listened to the Ty Dolla $ign Nicki Minaj song.
Expensive.
I didn't think it was anything to really talk about.
Yeah, this is the problem
Kinda
again,
just
which
meh.
I just don't really fuck with Ty Dolla $ign as an independent artist.
Like, even with the feature on this song, like Nicki Minaj doesn't even do like that much with the feature. She was kind of in and out. I didn't really pay her much mind. Like, she didn't really say anything that crazy or.
With what I want from Ty Dolla $ign is like him like harmonizing with like 3 different vocal tracks of him singing or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I want a Ty Dolla $ign.
That's what
Kanye,
I like from him.
Ty Dolla $ign Kanye produced album. If he got a 7-track album, that would be fucking sick, I think.
I don't like a song about how the bitch wants expensive.
Yeah,
shit.
and the video was pretty bad too, and just it was just unoriginal. I don't know.
I thought the way he was dancing was kind of funny. I was like, he seems like a chill guy.
He does seem like a chill guy,
Yeah.
but he's also friends with like Thundercat and a bunch of other like people like that who seem also very chill. So I'm not surprised. I also real quick listened to the Calvin Harris and The Weeknd song.
Yeah.
I'm only quickly mentioning it because it has very Funk Waves vibes, which is an album that Calvin Harris dropped a few years ago. That had the song like Slide with Frank Ocean and Migos and a bunch of other tracks. Like there was a big Sean and Katy Perry track and shit. the Schoolboy
Man,
Q and
what was that song called?
Drum.
Feels or something?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't like that song per se, but there's a few other tracks on there that are
terrible.
really good and bring in some and like have collabs of people that I would never expect. Like, there was like a Snoop Dogg and Takeoff song that I really liked on there too.
Huh.
So this is kind of a reminiscent of that. I'm not the biggest Weeknd fan, but the song was alright. The video was really fucking cool and weird. And if it means that Funkways Volume 2 is coming out, which he said would never come out, then I'm here for it.
Wow.
And then this week all that's dropping is Big Sean, 6ix9ine, Little Durk. I'm not gonna listen to 6ix9ine.
We are boycotting 6ix9ine on this podcast because he's a pedophile.
I mean, I've never been a fan of 6ix9ine, but you have listened to a few of his songs and admitted that they were bops.
Yeah,
But I never liked 6ix9ine.
classic Tekashi 6ix9ine still goes off in my opinion. The first 4 or 5 hit songs that
What
he
about
made.
Fifi with Nicki Minaj? I fucking can't stand that song.
Fifi got that wet, got that,
yeah.
got that super soaker.
It's such a gross fucking song. 6ix9ine saying it is just.
Yeah, no, I like the screaming 6ix9ine
Yeah.
shit because it's just so small brained ignorant music that you just like. Yeah.
Yeah, just his whole character
It's
and
like
everything
moshing,
for me.
moshing kind of music.
never
It's like
fucked with
metal.
Yeah.
The equivalent of metal.
It is kind of screamo rap, which is cool, but
I just he's the Donald Trump of the rap game. Okay, where he
sick, I like that.
he managed to become successful by doing shit that everyone hated.
Yeah.
But everyone hating on it somehow made it work.
Yeah.
And now it's just a thing that we all have to fucking deal with, and we all have to divert our eyes from him because, he like touched little kids or whatever. Like, he should be done. He should not be making a comeback. But
it is what it is, I suppose. For 6ix9ine.
Whatever.
You can't just like put up pedophilia with it is.
Yeah.
What it is.
It seems like that's what the fucking justice system is doing, though. God damn it.
yeah, it's just like this stupid like Zoomer kids who are just like, man, I don't care about that though. This shit's still fire though, man.
Yeah.
Oh, check out these hot Cheetos, yo.
Yeah.
Fucking fidget spinners going off while they listen to
2020
6ix9ine. It's just like the lowest culture is Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah, miss me with that shit. Don't catch me. You're not gonna catch me listening to that shit.
And that is, we're closing the book on that topic right here.
Yeah. And on this episode as well. That's all we really have to talk about.
Yeah, man.
Less than an hour this time, so we're finally underneath that hour mark that we've been trying to hit, which is good.
Right.
Well, it depends on how long we take to wrap it up.
Well, we're gonna cut some stuff here and there too. But probably not see you next week, but see you in the near future.
Yeah, we need to have time to digest the new Big Sean album.
Yeah.
Because I can't just have quick opinions on it.
21
21
tracks.
songs.
Yeah.
I gotta live with it.
Yeah.
I gotta see how it sounds in the whip.
Yeah.
How it sounds.
And we already are planning out
Other
future
places.
topics to talk to, future discussions to have.
Yeah.
Stick with us. We won't be as frequent as we usually are. But we're just hitting our stride here. Thanks for the support of last episode. To the guy who said shorts was a weird choice, fuck you, I'm wearing them again. Suck my clearly outlined cock. And we'll see you on
Make sure to
the
like and
other
subscribe.
side.